All right, guys, welcome to Trooper Steve on Patrol, where we are hanging out here in my hometown. And I'm getting a feedback, so I'm going to shut this portion off, and we're going to be just fine. So we are here in the city of Kissimmee. You're seeing a beautiful Christmas tree up there, but that's not why we are here. So there was an event taking place today that I was invited not only by a friend of mine, but by the newly elected mayor of the city of Kissimmee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome in Madam Mayor, Jackie Espinosa. Thank you, ma'am, for joining me.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. This is wonderful. I've never been in here.
This is a privileged hot seat to have. So I don't know if your security detail, am I allowed to pull you away from here and drive around the city a little bit?
Yes,
all right,
absolutely.
So we'll pull out here, and I'll make sure to bring you back. But Jackie, Mayor, it's so hard for me to go back and forth with that because I've known you for quite some time. So let's just address a little bit of that. We've known each other for quite some time now.
We have.
The city of Kissimmee is very close to our hearts.
Yes, you were raised here.
Raised here,
yes.
Patrolled here, all that fun stuff. Tell me a little bit. Everyone online knows too much about me. Let's learn a little bit about Mayor Espinosa. So, how long have you been here in the city?
I've been here 33 years. I moved here from New Jersey.
Okay.
33 years ago, had my family here, my grandchildren. Now I'm raising my grandchildren here. So Kissimmee became home right after, I want to say after a couple years you're here, you don't want to go back up north.
Right.
Especially after a couple snowstorms over there. And
when you realize the flurries don't fall from the sky here,
that's
you're like,
right.
I can deal with cold.
Yes. So it's fun. I've enjoyed the journey. We've built very successful businesses. God's been good, and I have to tell you, my family, my children, they're all doing well. And one day I woke up and had this crazy idea that I want to do more than what I've been doing. And
so before we go there, let's pause there for a second, because you said you started businesses here, and if anybody knows you, they know you're truly embedded not only in the city but in the county, and your heart is visible here in downtown Kissimmee, where we're at right now. Talk to me a little bit about your business sense. Who is the person, not the mayor that people are just realizing, but the person who's been here for 33 years?
I've been here, and in the very beginning, back in 1995, we opened up our mortgage company and our real estate company, and did very well with the different finance areas. And then
Kissimmee was booming at the time.
Kissimmee was booming. We had a good time in the mortgage industry. I still do financing. That's what I do. That's my full-time. Well, it used to be my full-time job until now.
Right.
And then we started purchasing commercial property.
Okay.
And so we became very interested in downtown Kissimmee. Wanted to bring diversity to our town.
Right.
33 years ago wasn't as diverse as it is now.
Right.
I think you can go back then and
I can. We're talking age, but yes, I am over 33. So yes, coming through here, it's like this. It's always had that traditional feel in downtown Kissimmee, but you can look at the business and tell that they're thriving and they're excited to be here. Your business right over here to the side.
Yes.
Not only do you have the diner that's here, but you have also Matadors, and which is the Kissimmee Diner, kind of a staple.
It's a staple, and that's the only reason we didn't change the name, because we still wanted to offer a diner, that old-time feeling where we still sell grits and biscuits and gravy.
People can come in, have some eggs, nothing fancy, but good, and get out the door kind of thing.
That's right. So we end up buying this building, and because you see, God has a sense of humor, I end up with that restaurant,
He does.
And so now that I have the restaurant, about 8 years ago, I thought I'm going to take it over, fix it, sell it, but 8 years later, it just became another staple in the community.
So you still own that?
I still own that. We have great people. It's like, how do you do? They always ask, how do you do all this? And I said, well, I have great teams. It's always about building the right teams.
I did always find out that for me, the people I enjoy being around, it's never about them. It's always about this group of people that they surround themselves with. And yeah, people are great, but family, and your family is amazing. Your husband's amazing. Your daughters,
they're wonderful,
are chargers. And to do what you're doing now, you kind of need that.
We do. We
backbone.
have a great support system, not just at home, but the people that work in our team are family.
Right.
Really, they become family. I've had the same chef since I've opened up this restaurant. He's never left me a day, and that says a lot in the restaurant business.
Especially when you take something over.
Yes.
And you keep people from kind of the history there.
Yes.
So you've always been involved. Your advocacy, whether it's helping a homeless lady out, finding home and shelter, and literally changing her life, or just helping people in the city here. Why the next step? Because this wasn't your first run.
Right.
And let's be real. And everyone knows Trooper Steve on patrol is a very candid conversation. So things are different down here in Osceola County.
They are.
There have been a lot of the same people in the same positions for many years. And not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but you wanted to change things up a little bit.
I did. I think there's strength in diversity. I think that it's a new world. Kissimmee has changed. The interesting thing is dramatically,
Yeah.
and people don't understand there is a vast difference between the county and the city.
Yes.
Everyone thinks Kissimmee's the entire county, and it's not.
It's big, but it's not
right.
the whole thing.
We're close to 85,000 residents within the city limits,
That's
and
a lot.
I just saw the population changed, our demographics, everything's changed.
Yep.
And so I think we needed a fresh approach, someone that understands business.
Okay.
Like I said, our businesses have been successful. Not only do we own the restaurants and the mortgage, and we own event centers. So what happens when you have all these businesses? You get to talk to people all day long.
Do you think that's helped you out tremendously?
Absolutely, because I hear the needs. I hear this is what we're missing, or this is where we can improve. And you're talking to people all day long, and at some point you realize, well, you have a voice, let's use it.
And especially if they're coming to you to vocalize it. It's like, wait, they're coming to me anyway.
Yes.
Why don't I help them with this change kind of thing?
Absolutely. And then, business, a city should be ran like a business, because in essence, it's the people's business. And that's where I kind of come in with that approach of this is the people's business. And let's take care of it. Let's be good stewards. And so I decided to take that plunge.
Did you ever hold any political office prior to this?
No, actually, I served on about I don't know, 13 different boards at any given time.
Right.
I recommend anyone that wants to run to serve on boards, because boy, you learn so much.
Well, you learn about how politics is involved with everything.
Everything. People say I hate politics. Well, politics has something to do with everything.
Whether it's sanitation, whether
yes.
it's homelessness, everything.
Everything evolves around it. So I think it's important that we let our voices be heard. I've always said I'm that perfect bridge, right? And that's because I am very fluent in English, obviously.
Right.
And I'm very fluent in Spanish.
Yes.
And it's not a secret, In Kissimmee, a lot of Latinos live here,
Amen.
in case you didn't know that.
Right. Like, no, my mom's one of them, so I get it.
I know, Trooper Mom. I love her.
It is a super diverse community.
Yes.
So with you just being elected, let's be real, you haven't even finished your first 100 days.
No.
Just recently elected. And then I love the fact that we're rolling into a new year. So it's like new year, new mayor, new vision.
Yes.
What is the vision for your office currently, for the city?
Well, there's several things happening in our city. To me, it's a priority, and we already passed it. We just approved last meeting $1 million business boost.
Okay.
And what that means is that was some COVID money we had, and we had to appropriate where it went, and it got divided in many pockets, if you will. But we did get $1 million to help the small business, the small entrepreneur. What that means,
that's a big deal in Kissimmee.
That is a big deal in Kissimmee. And to me, part of my goal for the next 4 years is to make sure that our businesses are successful. That our businesses are not just hanging by a thread, that we understand the right way to do business in Kissimmee.
Right.
It's not just opening up a business, it's doing it the right way so that you could become successful. And of course, I worry about our seniors. We have a lot of seniors in our community, and we've got to give them better quality of life. And so I'm that voice that goes out there and tries to make sure everybody knows the needs, and that I can build consensus.
You're really good at explaining certain things, so I'm going to hit you on something you said. When you say better quality of life, a lot of people will throw that out there. What does that mean for you as the mayor of the city and for seniors within this city?
Sure. I think sometimes our seniors don't understand the benefits that are out there for them.
So you want to be proactive with information?
I want to be proactive with information, absolutely. I think information is the key to a successful city. Today, for instance, we had this beautiful menorah lighting.
Gorgeous.
And
that menorah light that you guys got gifted.
that was beautiful.
Amazing.
Yes, and that was all thanks to the Shabbat of South Orlando. But I have to tell you, it's about getting out into the community, understanding, putting our boots on the ground, and hearing the pulse. We have to feel the pulse of our city, and that's where I hear the pulse of our seniors, and I know what they're missing, and I'm here to advocate for them.
Can we expect because for those that don't understand, and for you guys watching at home, the city of Kissimmee is yes, it is a mayor's office, but it's technically, you guys are all equal votes.
Right.
But you are the mayor, and then there's a city manager who runs things here. Technically, even though the work doesn't speak for it, it is a part-time position.
Yes.
But let's be real. No.
They said when they tell you it's part-time, they're lying.
They're lying, because there is not a part-time mayor in Central Florida who will say, yeah, it's part-time. No.
If you really care, you're full-time no matter what.
Right.
I mean, it's important.
What can we expect from you? Because I know what we can expect. What are we're gonna see you probably.
You're gonna see me you're gonna get tired of seeing me. But I think it's important, because if I'm not out there, I don't let you know I'm here for you.
Right.
And I think being there, and not just for the citizens of our city, but also for the staff of our city. A lot of our staff, most of our staff, they've all been wonderful. I can't say everyone's been so welcoming.
That's good.
And I think the word that I will use to identify my new role is hope. It's hope for a new page, and our previous administration did wonderful, but it's always that opportunity to do something different.
Right.
And that's where I'm at.
And that's why you guys have the term
different.
limits.
Yes,
It's just, okay, thank you for your service leading us. Let's bring in a new face kind of thing.
Yes.
So there was only one thing that I knew I wanted to talk about that would be considered controversial. You guys have recently brought in an interim police chief.
Yes.
And the city alone, I can never talk anything bad about the city because I grew up here. And the city of Kissimmee Police Department has always been a pinnacle of light in this community.
Yes.
Whether it's responding to tragic incidents, whether it's mutual aid. I remember seeing them on the scene of Pulse, 25 miles out of the county, and they were there within minutes. Recently, because of some issues, not of anything, but of adult-made decisions at the top, they had to be removed. And you guys have brought in an interim police chief. What is your hope for the city police department at the start of a brand new year?
Well,
because I know you, you're going to be very involved. You're going to be very active.
I am. And this is what I want to see happen in the first 100 days, and it's already happening.
Good.
I've asked our city manager to please put out a bid for that job opening. I think it's important that we have stability with whomever he decides, because the one who picks the chief is the city manager.
Okay.
Of course, we all have a say as to how we feel about it, but ultimately, it is the city manager. So with that in mind,
right.
I know he'll do the right thing for us, because Mike Steigerwald has been absolutely amazing.
Been here for a long time.
He understands the needs of our city, and we keep expressing the sense of urgency. What I'd like to see the first 100 days is a new chief of police. The gentleman that's on with us now is borrowed from Orange County.
Yes.
We borrowed him from Orange County.
Good pick, by the way. Bobby's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's very, very personable, very, very approachable. I know he wants the best for our city. We don't know if he's going to stay or if he even wants to stay.
Right.
I think he walked into, like the hornet's nest, right? Because you never know what you're walking into.
It speaks a lot for you guys, though, to reach out to a completely separate jurisdiction to say, come help us.
And the reason we did that is because they are the largest in Central Florida.
Yep.
They have a great variety of leadership there, and Mina's been very, very involved in helping us through this, along with our city manager. And Zuedo has been wonderful. I can't say, if he applies, I think he's a great pick as well. But that's, again, up to the city manager. I think I walked into this, in the first 30 interviews I had, the first 10 days, a lot of interviews from Puerto Rico. The first question was, what's going to happen with the chief of police? What's happening with public safety? And I just want everyone to know it is a priority. It is right in front of us.
It's always been a real priority.
Yeah, but now it's like it's not even shifting. We are focused. This will and like I said in one of the earlier interviews, is we will rise from the ashes.
Yep.
There's nowhere to go but up. Unfortunately, I walked right into this, and I'm proud to be a part of the solution. So I'm never going to look at it as it's a problem. Any challenges that come our way, we can only become better through it.
And I think that is probably a great way to look at it, because a lot of people be like, oh, well, we've got to do so much work. You guys understand there's not that much work that needs to be done with your police department.
No.
You guys have a great one. They work well. Fire department and the police department work great together here.
They do.
I know so many of them personally, and it's just nice to see that you guys are taking proactive measures
Yes.
to make sure that you guys can kind of continue to move forward, because that's what Kissimmee does. They move forward.
That's the goal, proactive as opposed to reactive. So it's important. It's important that we stay focused and in our game, a game. I'm very optimistic about this. I feel that we have great leadership. Our commission is all united in understanding the urgency, and that's our goal, to get this resolved as soon as possible.
I love it. How can this community come in contact with you? If they want, obviously there's official ways, but you have social media and stuff like that.
I do, and you can call me. You can look me up. Send me a message. I do respond. It might take me an extra day now because
Right.
I've got them coming in all at once. So give me a minute. But just on social media, Mayor Jackie Espinosa. One of the pages is Kissimmee Mayor. So anyway, you could find me on social media. Instagram, of course, is
Yep.
the new, the gram.
The gram.
So it's however you feel social media wise, please reach out. Tell me about your concerns. And what I've told people, I start this new thing called the Mayor's Table.
I like that. Okay.
I'm inviting you to the table, right? You have a
Right.
seat at the table. But when you come to me with a situation, I would appreciate it if you also come to me with a solution. How do you think we could fix this? It's important because I want to help you think, and I want you to help me think. So to me, that's very important. Come to the
like that.
table.
Come to the table, but bring something
Bring
to
something,
the table.
yes. When you go, it's a potluck, right?
Right.
Everyone brings something to the table. I'll bring solutions, but I need your help because
love it.
it's going to take all of us to create an amazing city.
Jackie, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate what you're doing for the city. I'm excited
Me
to
too.
see what the next 4, maybe 8 years brings.
Yes.
But guys, when she says she's an open book and available, that is 100% true. So follow her on Instagram. I already posted some stuff. It's on my pages as well. This interview will exist over at clickorlando.com/onpatrol. You can watch it anytime.
Share it.
Yeah, share it. And I'm sure it will be shared on other platforms as well. So Mayor, thank you very,
Thank
very
you.
much.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
inviting me
you.
to this event as well.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you guys later. You guys have an amazing day.